Hi everybody, Michele Burghardt with thesavvymind.com. Thanks for tuning in today. It appears that I actually have some clarifying to do about what I mean by abundance and how I recommend that you get there or that you attract it. So the first thing I wanted to do is give you my version of abundance, so that you don't think it's all about money, 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 money. Yes, having a lot of money is a great thing. Having abundance of money is a great thing. But you know what? That's not all that I mean when I talk about abundance. When I talk about abundance, what I am referring to is living a beautiful life. So that means you have the money to do the things that you want to do. You're living a fulfilled and fun and inspiring life in your day to day. Your family is good. You feel safe and involved in your community. Your spiritual life is on track, however you believe it to be. So it's not just about the money. You know, it's yes, the money, but it's also the feeling and the what you could give to the world around you. So I wanted to clear that up so that you didn't think I was just, greed is good, like that movie. I can't even remember the name of it right now. But anyway, I didn't want you to think that that's all that I was about, because it's not. I mean, because in order to live that kind of life, you just have to work so hard that you don't have time to enjoy anything else, and I don't want that to happen. So now that that's cleared up, I want to kind of talk about the three different areas that I think are really important in order for you to attract those different types of abundance in your life, because without either one of these, you're not going to have the balance to really get what you want, and I don't want that to happen. So there's three areas. When I work with clients, we work with the practical end, we work with the spiritual side, in a way. Okay, it all depends. It's not really spiritual, it's more vibrational. So some people consider that spiritual. And then we work with the the physiological side of it. So we incorporate those three areas because you're kind of working consciously on the external and subconsciously on the internal, and then there's this meeting of the minds, and then you have a beautiful life. So that's really what our goal is. So when I talk about the practical, I'm talking about the fact that you can sit and manifest and do affirmations all day long, but if you don't actually get your butt out of the chair and do some work, it's not going to happen. So you have to do the work too. I mean, I don't want you to think that just money starts falling from the trees and happiness just sort of starts flowing to you and everything is just hunky-dory when you're sitting on the couch eating bonbons, watching whatever. So you have to focus on the practical. So that's why we always incorporate some really, like, some things that you want to do in your day-to-day world, so that you are really doing something proactive on a conscious level, and you're doing the types of activities that are going to get you to where you want to be. So, and that kind of sends a signal to your brain that, yeah, she's really serious about this stuff. She's really ready, okay? So that's the practical end. Then we have the spiritual side to it, which really is the affirmations and the manifestation. And really, the interesting thing about that is that all that really is imagining your life the way you want it to be. And the cool part about this is that, well, there's two cool parts. The first cool part about it is the fact that your brain cannot tell the difference between what you are thinking about and imagining and reality. So if you are able to imagine to a point that is really strong and really get yourself to a point where you can see it and hear it and taste it and touch it and smell it, and you are like, I'm living in this moment, whatever you imagine is going to become your new reality, because your brain can't tell the difference. It's just going to assume this is your reality. So then it's going to kick into gear, and then it's going to create the pathways for you to get to that new reality. Okay, so that's kind of, and people talk about that as being spiritual, and I don't know, however you want to look at it, it's kind of spiritual because we're talking about vibration, and whenever you're really excited, you can tell your vibration is higher. So, when you think about your life just being beautiful and perfect and running the way you want it to be, of course you're going to be more excited. than if you're like just focusing about how boring and, you know, blah, blah, blah your life is. You know, so it's all about vibration. So when you work with me, we really work on how do you manifest, what type of affirmations you use, because it's important that you do them correctly, because you don't want to talk incorrectly to your brain. And this is kind of a primer to the third part, you know, because as you start this, you know, you're doing this on the conscious level. And yes, it's a primer to what we do in the next phase, the physiological phase, because you form new beliefs through repetition, okay? And yes, it happens, but it's slow. But you get started with these. It's something that you can truly do on a regular basis. It makes you feel great. It's very exciting, and it primes you to work on the physiological side, which is what, and I honestly, there's not very many people that do what I do, because then I incorporate hypnotherapy because I'm a certified hypnotherapist. Because, and the reason I do that is that your beliefs and so forth are programmed in. They're not going to change. They don't just naturally go away. Okay, they can be reprogrammed through repetition, but it takes a really long time. When you use hypnosis and hypnotherapy to do that, you are communicating directly with your subconscious, and your brain learns really fast. So yes, it can take repetition. I don't want you to think that it's, you know, it does happen quickly, but not all the time is it immediate, but it's fast. It's really fast. And so it's just a way for you to really work from the inside and then work from the outside, because then you're doing some things consciously, and then we're taking some things subconsciously, and we're blending them together, and that's how you really can make these positive permanent changes, because changing your beliefs is what's really going to set you up to attract the kind of beautiful life and the abundance that you want. Okay, so I'm just going to recap real quick because I don't want to keep you too long. Number one is to actually take action and to do stuff. You have to get to work. Number two is to get your spiritual side and your vibrations up. So start thinking positive and start doing your manifestations and your affirmations. And then step three is the hypnosis. If you have any questions about this, put them in the comments, or come to the Ask Me Anything that I have scheduled tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we can talk then, okay? So I hope this was helpful. You guys have a great day. It's Monday, so have a fabulous week, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.